Hello and welcome to Mullen's virtual Mardi Gras Gala. I'm Katie Goikvich. I'm the Chief of Staff and Chief Development Officer here at Mullen.
And my name is Kathleen Majeski-Prechek. I'm the class of 2006, and I'm the Alumni Director here at Mullen High School. We are so happy to have you with us to celebrate Mardi Gras tonight.
That's right. So this year is Mullen's 61st Mardi Gras Gala.
Yeah, which is wild.
Mardi Gras typically is our annual fundraiser for the school. A little bit different this year, but we've got our beads, we've got our decorations, we've got our wine. You guys have your wine at home. I hope you're enjoying. Cheers to that.
Cheers, Katie.
Let's get this party started.
Yes, as Katie said, this year does look a little bit different. Last year we were able to gather with 500 of our closest friends in a beautiful ballroom. Unfortunately, we're not able to do that this year, but it poses some benefits. We're gathering on Fat Tuesday, which is a first for Mardi Gras to be actually on Fat Tuesday, so that's fun. And we're also able to welcome supporters and friends of Mullen from across the globe, which I think is a really fun way to gather in a way that we never have before.
That's right. So let's send it over to Brother David Coretti in St. Mary's College in Moraga, California to join us in prayer.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Brother David, and I serve on the Board of Trustees at Mullen High School. I am honored to have been asked to give this evening's invocation, even though I must greet you from my own home at St. Mary's College in Moraga, California. Tonight, the Mullen community celebrates Mardi Gras. Although we may be separated in our different homes, we are each united in mind and heart with the entire Mullen community. Knowing that our patience with this separation and this situation is actually in service to our many brothers, sisters, and kindred who have been afflicted by the COVID-19 virus, and also those who have been afflicted across our country and our world. Let us remember them this evening, and especially those who have died and all who mourn them. Tonight, our strength is our patience, that a safe and healthy future is ahead of us soon. Let us remember that we are in the holy presence of God. Mighty and ever-living God, we rejoice in your reckless and extravagant love, scattered among us, and found even in the mud and thorns of life. We rejoice that your will for us and for the world is not one of calculated judgment or of placating neatly wrapped rewards. Praise to you, O loving God, for your gifts are freely offered. You give us life in all its fullness, hope in abundance, peace that passes understanding, and love that none of us can measure, and from which nothing can separate us. We give you thanks this evening and bless you. Through Christ our Lord, amen. St. John Baptist de La Salle, pray for us. Live Jesus in our hearts forever.
Thank you, Brother David, for opening us in prayer. And thank you to the rest of our Board of Trustees. We're so grateful for all of your advice, your governance, and your time over this past year. We know it's been a difficult one, and we're just so grateful for your support. So let's bring in our fearless leader, Dr. Raul Cardenas.
Welcome to the party,
Well,
Raul.
thank you, ladies.
Can we get him a glass of wine?
Yeah, let's get Raul a glass of wine.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. Cheers, Raul.
Cheers for this.
Happy Mardi Gras.
I can't reach you, but in spirit.
Cheers.
So we thought we would spend some time with Raul here, having us get to know you, so the audience can hear from you, not only about this year, but sort of get to know you and what is important for you. So I know you love Brene Brown.
Yeah.
Love her.
So we're going to jump into some rapid fire questions, just like she does on her podcast.
Okay.
All right. So he doesn't know the questions and he's not ready.
All right, I'll start. I got a good one.
Okay.
You love to be an eternal learner. You're always reading. What are you reading right now?
The book I'm reading right now is Simon Sinek.
Okay.
Leaders Eat Last.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
What's your biggest takeaway from it so far?
Well, it's really, I just started it. It's really about looking at how teams and maximizing team performance.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
And here at Mullen, we're all about teams.
That's true.
And relationships.
And relationships.
Awesome.
So here's another little question for you.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite dish or meal that you could talk about?
I just love tacos.
Ah.
My favorite go-to meal is tacos.
Well, guess what? It's Taco Tuesday.
Cheers to Taco Tuesday and Mardi Gras.
No, I'm fine.
Okay. All right. I've got one for you. What is your favorite spot on campus?
Oh, my favorite spot on campus. I think the thing that comes to mind quickest is the Mary Garden.
Yes.
This year, we also just put in one of our students put in Stations of the Cross there,
Yes.
which is for his Eagle Scout project. So yeah, I think that's my favorite spot
That's a
right
beautiful
today.
place. Yes.
So is he talking about the grotto between Partners Hall and Christian Brothers?
Correct.
Awesome.
Right.
That looks
That's
out
the
the
spot.
soccer field.
Yep.
That is beautiful.
That is so nice.
Any favorite Mullen memory, either when you were a parent or now as president?
Well, I think it's my parent hat on. I get to see got to see my kids play sports. My daughter played basketball, volleyball, and soccer, and then my youngest plays football and runs track. So anytime I get to see them doing their activities is probably my greatest moments right now.
That's awesome. And the last
And
question.
I have one more,
Yes.
Lemmy, if I could. When I took this job, they gave me. They did the leadership team here prayed over me and gave me a leadership candle and prayed a special prayer by St. John the Baptist de La Salle that I thought was pretty powerful, very unexpected. So that's the other thing that just comes to my mind really quickly.
I didn't know that.
That's awesome. I have a feeling that this last question probably ties into that, but why Mullen? Why have you chosen to invest so much of your professional career and as well as your career as a father and a parent in Mullen?
Well, this will be my second year here at Mullen. And I think, the thing that comes to my mind the fastest is that when I chose to send my kids to Mullen, I chose primarily for their faith formation and the kind of spiritual journey that they would encounter here, where they are interacting with students from, all these different places across Denver. They look like everybody. They look like Denver. And that was a very important piece. So the opportunity for my kids to have that kind of an education was important. Coupled with that, when the opportunity to came here to be a part of to apply for the presidency job, it was kind of, I just felt called and I felt like God was leading me to this opportunity. I've never been in a place where I could practice my faith in public. I've always worked for public institutions. So that was a big draw. Having that opportunity to bring Christ to the center of everything I was doing, not only personally, but professionally, was a huge draw. And Mullen was just a perfect place. Having God, being present in in His holy presence, and also focused on the poor are two pieces near and dear to me.
Absolutely.
I bet that focus for you must have really helped get through what is a difficult year for 2020 in the current and last school year. I just imagine that may be part of what keeps you here, being able to use your faith as your guide a little bit.
It's this has been the most difficult year in all of our lives, I think, right now. And being a part of a community that values each other, that values primarily keeping our students at the core of everything that we do, has really been a blessing to be a part of something like that, where I could rely and go to our chapel in times of distress. Having that resource available to me has been a blessing.
I think we're both so grateful to be a part of the community, both, I can't speak for Kathleen as an alum, but as a staff member,
Absolutely.
part of what, I started here at Mullen during 2020, and to know that Mullen is community, that really spoke to me in my first couple months. And, I know we'll hear from the students themselves in a minute and the teachers and get to know their story and their sort of view from 2020.
Now to growing concerns about the deadly coronavirus officially hitting the U.S. Here's what we know.
This afternoon, I was notified that we have the first presumptive positive case of novel coronavirus, also known as COVID-19.
It is so important that we all play our part in trying to slow down the spread of COVID-19.
Now, the governor also made the announcement today that he's extending statewide school closures.
I am officially declaring a national emergency.
This year has been a struggle for everyone, everywhere.
Being away from Mullen was one of the hardest things that I've ever had to experience.
I was yearning to be back in front of them and to see them because they give me energy, they give me hope, and they give me life.
2020 has been one of the most difficult years.
One of the things that I've noticed about the teachers and the students and the staff is that they really do care for each other.
Our students miss one another. They miss this campus. And when our students have had an opportunity during this COVID year to be on the campus when we've been in distance learning, they've been thrilled to be here.
It's a tough thing because you want your kids to be with their peers and to have all of those, the fun part of school.
The people that are hurting the most are our educators because they get their fulfillment in life through helping our students grow.
As much as it's been challenging for us, it's challenging for the students and families as well.
When we came back in here this week and we saw kids and kids saw us and we saw each other, that's Mullen. Oh my gosh, that joy, that feeling, yeah, there's something greater than us, and Mullen's greater than all of us.
Mullen is a school that looks like the world, that puts a high value on our faith, our character.
When I stepped back on campus, I finally got something that I had been missing for so many months.
The Mullen community has a great core of values.
The 5 core principles are the most important part of our Lasallian charism as it relates to how students and staff in our community act.
The reason we're here is to save the soul of children. And, that's number one.
It's the reason why, we're able to succeed still.
So faith in the presence of God, quality education, inclusive community, respect for all persons, and concern for the poor and social justice. And I would say that the 5 core principles we've always leaned on for hope and support.
We are doing something different, and it shows.
Thank you for your hard work. I fully appreciate it, and your support of the kids.
The faculty and staff have done everything they can to have the kids here as much as they can while still keeping them safe.
Doing a college tour, we had someone say, oh, we love Mullen kids. They come here prepared, they know how to work hard.
You'll be in class and there could be somebody sitting to your right. Their parents make millions of dollars a year, they drive a Range Rover to school. On the left, you could have a kid that just took the bus here, right? And you won't know the difference, but you're learning from them, they're learning from you, and that's that collaboration of cultures and different parts of your upbringing that make you a better person and prepare you for college and prepare you for life.
And I'm happy to say that we didn't lose a single family due to financial reasons. And I'm proud of that.
Mullen is for everyone.
We are Mullen.
We are Mullen.
We are Mullen because we continue to be challenged and we continue to challenge others to grow.
We are Mullen because we love one another, we don't give up on one another, we support one another, and we take care of one another. And that's what Mullen is. Mullen is a community of care and support.
Well, I think we can all agree this year has been difficult, but it was so great to hear from students, faculty, parents, and get their take on 2020. I loved the joy and the pride that still comes out, even if people aren't in the hallway physically for when we were away from campus. So Raul, turning back to you, you've had 18 months under your belt. You've had a sort of difficult year, as we just talked about. What are some of the lessons that you've learned?
I think the biggest lesson for me is gratitude. Gratitude for our community, gratitude for, and that would include our parents, my board, our faculty and staff who have endured a lot of different kind of changes this year. I mean, they all got into this. We all got into this to be with students, and we just haven't been doing that enough.
I love that you said gratitude.
Yeah, so
I agree.
I think that's for me very, very important. And then of course to our students, just for their unending joy that they always have. and the grace that fills us with. So,
Absolutely. I agree. So, Katie, switching gears a little bit, how can we come together tonight to support the vision and the mission of Mullen High School?
So Mardi Gras is one of our largest fundraisers for the year. So we've got a lot of ways that we can give, which is exciting. I've got my wine so I can focus and tell you guys. In previous years, y'all know we've had a lot going on at Mardi Gras. We've got games, we've got silent and live auctions, we've got, all these different streams of revenue. So we've pared down a little bit, but we've kept different ways to give and different levels of giving. So one thing that we have done, which you may have noticed if you're following us on social media, is the Fund a Need. So this is an opportunity. We talked to all different folks across campus and different departments and really heard and listened what it is that they want and what they need, as those being sort of two different things, right? So we've got this Fund a Need, which I think is super exciting.
Because it creates a direct and immediate impact on students' lives now.
Exactly.
Which is interesting.
And that to me is so, it's so motivating,
Absolutely.
I think, as a donor for me personally. So we've got the Fund a Need. That is live through midnight tonight.
Okay.
So that's up and running. We're going to let you know those totals at the end of tonight. We're really excited about those numbers, though.
Absolutely.
One thing that we know is really popular is naming the Horseshoe.
Yes, that is an iconic gift to give yourself or to donate on tonight. The Horseshoe is the iconic entrance of Mullen High School, and it's where everybody has to come in order to walk through the front doors of the school. So to have naming rights to that for a year is pretty special and something that actually gets pretty competitive at Mardi Gras. So let's carry on that tradition and bid competitively.
You might be bidding against yourself, but that's okay.
That's all right.
But, we were just talking about this before, but alums can name it after their class.
Absolutely.
After a favorite teacher, maybe, to honor them. Or of course your family name as well. So now we've got the Fund a Need and Buy It Now.
Yes.
And then of course we've got the paddle raiser, which is specifically for tuition assistance. That is something we've kept throughout many years. It's sort of the largest revenue generating stream, I would say, for Mardi Gras. We're keeping that. We've got more to come on that tonight. So stay tuned.
To summarize, there are several ways to give: the paddle raiser, the Fund a Need, and the Buy It Now.
And the paddle raiser is just for tuition assistance.
Okay.
Whereas the Fund a Need you can give to specific departments or programs.
Awesome. And all are available on our website at www.mullenhigh.com. And it's
/Mardi Gras.
/Mardi Gras. And it's easy to give right there, ready to go right now.
Yeah, we could do it right now.
Put your money where your mouth is, Katie.
Okay. Hold on. Hold, please.
Got it?
I'm working on it.
Pulling it up.
Okay. Done.
It is now my pleasure to introduce to you guys a story that honestly could have only been born from the hallways of Mullen High School. It's a story that personifies the reason we invest in Mullen, the reason we raise our kids in these hallways, and the reason that Mullen High School has molded the hearts of thousands.
This one's a wonderful story, but it is a bit of a tearjerker, so get your tissues
Yes,
ready.
Absolutely.
I thank God for the gift of your presence in my life when I was living with you in community. Paul's letters are the earliest writing in the New Testament.
I think a lot about how much Mullen has given to me as a LaSallian educator. It's an amazing thing to me that Mullen could give back to me much more than I've given to Mullen.
Last May, John Bickham's kidneys barely functioned.
A nephrologist came in and I was already diagnosed with stage 4 kidney disease.
My husband was dying. He was literally dying, and he would talk about how little he felt like he could do.
I was starting to fade at a really pretty rapid pace.
From the time we've been married, my husband has been dealing with stage 4 kidney disease.
Finally, I couldn't walk my dog 3 miles anymore. I couldn't walk him 2, I couldn't walk him 1, then I couldn't walk him at all. And so that's in a matter of like 3 months.
He had about 8% kidney function, and his doctor was saying, we're trying to keep you from dialysis, but it looks like it's going to come soon.
Rita is authentic. That's how to her faith. and she lives it. And she's always been like that. And even though I wouldn't consider myself authentic, there are a few people who I consider authentic, and she's one of the handful that I know of that's authentic. She's the real deal, and she lives out the gospel every day.
Miss Niblack is amazing.
She's just great. I mean, she saves my life every day.
When you come to know Rita, you come to figure out that's not surprising.
That summer, I put a notice on Facebook with a picture of John walking our dog and said, he needs a kidney. Is there anyone who could donate a kidney? A living donor could save his life.
I was Miss Niblack's student. I went to Mullen from 2010 to 2014.
In September, I got an email from Michelle, Connor's mom, who said, we have a kidney for you, a good, healthy kidney. Connor's been tested. He wants to donate a kidney to your husband.
God just like put the thought, that thought of like John needs a kidney back into my head.
It's amazing. I mean, that's powerful. Meeting him for the first time, you could just see it in his eyes.
Connor came along, and what a miracle, what a guy, you know, and volunteered.
It was a perfect match.
There's like 5 markers that'll tell how good of a donor you'll be. And we were a match on all 5 of them.
Not just the blood type, but the antigens all matched, the size of the kidney, everything was perfect.
The nurse said that not even like siblings are that close to being a match.
John has a healthy donated kidney and a heart full of gratitude.
How do you thank someone who offers that, you know, is willing to lay down his life for me, you know, so just totally blown away. Just, you know, I called him my hero, I still do.
I really felt like there was nothing to worry about, like it would all work out how it was supposed to.
John's kidney function went from 8% to 64% just in a matter of a few minutes. And when he woke up from the anesthetic, he said, I can't tell you how energetic I feel.
And I'm really thankful for the whole community, the staff, the students, you know, and that connection that having students and former students being authentic in their faith has really been a witness to me.
He's very healthy. He's writing music now, which he had just not had the energy to do.
I have music coming to me all the time. I mean, I've got like 36 songs in the works of my own.
The human family is a message of love.
Because of the Mullen community, I feel like I'm alive today.
We give and we receive, and that's how we form a community of love with one another. That's how Mullen works as a community. That's how the kingdom of God here functioning at Mullen works.
So how are we doing?
We're doing good.
That story is almost unbelievable to me.
It really is, but the thing is, that's who Mullen is. It's people like Connor and Rita who walk these hallways and make this place so much more than a high school. It's a place that changes hearts, and in this case, it can save lives. It's a place where concern for our neighbor is absolutely molded into the character of who we are.
But how does Mullen actually change lives? What does that look like?
I would say from an alumnus's perspective, we remind ourselves every day, let us remember that we're in the holy presence of God. And that's not something that we just repeat over and over and over. It's something that's actually ingrained into the hearts of our community. And it allows us to spread lightness and Christ's light into the world, especially in dark times like today.
And we've done that for almost 100 years, right?
Yes.
So to be able to do that 100 more,
yes,
investing in this place.
Absolutely. To me, that's what makes this place special. And it's what makes this place absolutely worth investing in.
Well, that's why we're here. That's why we're here to celebrate Mardi Gras tonight. Mullen is worth investing in,
Absolutely.
And now is the time to do that. So we are calling to action for the paddle raiser portion of the evening tonight. Our paddle raiser is specifically for tuition assistance. And if you're not aware, Mullen is an institution that gives 18% of our operating budget back to families and for tuition assistance. That's pretty remarkable for me to hear,
Absolutely.
I've got to say. So this year we're giving $2.3 million worth of tuition assistance back to families. That's 30% of Mullen students receiving some sort of financial aid. I find that really remarkable. I said remarkable, but it is.
It is. It absolutely is.
It's pretty incredible. Raul did mention, I will say in the video, that we are keeping students and families, we won't turn anybody away due to COVID. That also is one of those, one of those opportunities to say that Mullen really does walk the walk.
Absolutely.
And supports their families and understands that we are about relationships and we need to take care of our own. And I think we need to do that tonight through the paddle raiser for tuition assistance.
Absolutely. I think now's the time. We're going to take a brief pause, allow you guys to kind of decide what you'd like to contribute to Mullen tonight. We're so humbled and grateful for your support. We'll see you back in about 5 minutes where we're going to welcome a special guest and a huge Mullen supporter, and we will hear from them soon. So top off your drinks and we'll take a minute and we'll see you back here with a special guest.
Now we're joined by Ken and Leela Reister. Thanks so much for being here tonight, you guys.
Well, thanks for having us.
We're so excited to have you. We know you have a special announcement about matching your gift for the paddle raiser just for tuition assistance. So we'll get into those details, but we'd love to hear from you. Why is it that you give to Mullen? Why do you invest in this place?
Well, I had 4 grandchildren here. I've got 3 now. Also, I went to Mullen, and and I've been in the parochial school system for years, and coached and did several different things with the religious education, and I just know what a Catholic education means. I tried to come to Mullen. I came the first year, but they didn't have this available then.
Yeah.
And my family couldn't afford it, so I ended up on scholarship at St. Joe's, and then I moved out to Kiowa, Colorado, and graduated out there, graduating class of 8.
And you know what's
And I wasn't number 1 in my class either. Go figure.
As long as you weren't 8.
I wasn't 8, no.
What's so amazing about this tuition assistance paddle raiser that you've decided to match to is that we're able to provide this LaSallian Catholic education to kids who really wouldn't have that opportunity. It not only gives us the option to continue with our LaSallian mission of providing a quality education for all students who really can't afford it, but we're also really reaching out to the community, making sure we are being inclusive and having a really diverse group of people together, which, as you know, with your grandkids, their experience, their time here really is, 1 in a million.
Well, it's great. This pandemic has kind of stopped things up, but what you guys are doing is great. And remember, guys, the government's not bailing these guys out. We need to bail these guys out. We need to give until it hurts. And that's why we're doing what we're doing.
And what are you doing?
Well, I thought we talked about it. We have a family fund, and I had budgeted. There's not as much available during the pandemic to anybody as there was before, but you guys still need the money to do things here. So try and raise as much as we can. So I had budgeted $15,000 for it, and basically what we decided to do is if you guys will raise your paddles and put some money in, we'll make it a little bigger. So every dollar you put in will be $1.50. So if we can get up to $30,000, that's $45,000 for Mullen, and just go on from there. So come on, guys, got to get there.
We love a match.
Love a good match.
It's just the best.
It is the best.
No, but it really does motivate everybody to give. So we're so grateful for your gift, and thank you for that generosity.
This pretty lady here, I forgot too, that the other reason we're here, anytime she has the opportunity to dress up and drink wine,
all right,
but not
Leela.
a bad time.
Cheers.
Cheers to that. You got it.
And Leela, what makes you give to Mullen? What makes it so important and a special place to give for you?
Well, for me, I feel like they're getting a good education. It's Catholic. There are rules. I mean, there's things that they don't get in a public school.
Absolutely.
And I think they get a better education. And I'm grateful that our grandchildren are coming. And we actually have another one who really wants to come. So she's only 10, so she's fine.
I love
great.
that. Family history.
I love that very much.
Right?
Well, thank you guys both seriously so much for being here. It's because of people like you and your generosity that we're able to sustain a legacy of excellence, a Catholic legacy of excellence. And we so appreciate your generosity over the years. So thank you guys so much for being
You're
here.
welcome. And
we appreciate
go Mullen.
it. Go Mullen.
We are Mullen.
Go Mustangs.
We are. Yep.
Thanks, guys.
It's always so nice to have the Reisters here.
Absolutely. They're a Mardi Gras staple.
They are Mardi Gras party.
They are the best.
So Mustangs, we're so happy to have you tonight. Your generosity really has humbled us. We're so thrilled to give you an update by the end of the night, how much we've raised from the paddle raiser and those other funded needs and pieces. So don't forget, you still have time to donate to get through that match and make sure that we are supporting tuition assistance. So go ahead and on the website, that's open through midnight, and join us back here at 7:30 p.m. We're gonna have Raul jump in the Zoom rooms if you bought those tickets, so we'll spend some time there. And then at 7:30, we're gonna draw the winning raffle ticket.
Yes, so join us back here live at 7:30 and we will announce the winning raffle ticket. And like she said, we'll give you some updates on numbers.
That's it.
All right, should we toast?
We should toast.
All right, let's toast. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you, Mullen community, for 61 years of supporting Mardi Gras. I think Mullen's legacy is just built on the backs of those who've supported us, the generosity and kindness of our alumni, our parents, our supporters, and our friends. So cheers, may we forge ahead. We've done so for 89 years. Here's to 89 more. Cheers, Mustangs, and we'll see you back here at 7:30.
Cheers.
Cheers.